Hey, and welcome to another fine episode of Who's That Anime? With your host Steve and co-host Colin. I'm calling myself co-host today because I realised that my first two letters of my name is
Is your Colin host?
Colin host. And Colin host. Yes.
Yeah.
Hard to compute that one.
Oh dear.
We're starting off well. Uh,
Well, have you been drinking?
I've only drank this much of a pint
Okay. I'm I'm on my I am on my second beer. So
on your second beer.
yeah,
Nice. Uh,
probably one too many already.
is it strong?
No, I picked a can out of the fridge and went, this one looks interesting, and it said 7.6%, and I went, never mind, and went back into the fridge to find one that said 4 or something like that.
It's hard to find in these boxes.
Holy shit, there are so many beers that are like 6% and above.
That's that's what you got to drink these days, man. It's all the beers
It's
are that.
too many. It's too many percent.
2% for a beer.
The amount of alcohol, the percentage amount of alcohol in these beers is too damn high.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. All these
See this.
breweries are like you know what? We need more alcohol percentage in this.
I I am the craft beer has ruined has ruined my ability to enjoy a drink because I really don't mind them. Oh my god, it's just such a faff. It's like, oh, what's this one? Oh, it's an IPA. Okay, cool. It's like, oh, hints of fucking raspberries and chestnuts. Right, okay, not that one. What about this one? Okay, this one tastes like a full English breakfast for some reason, and it's a stout. Okay, not that one. What about this one? Oh, this one it's a mild, like an ale, but it's caramel and orange. Can I just get like a fucking IPA?
No, because that's not what you're buying.
Even this one, that's all right. It has orange peel in it, which is fine. I guess I don't mind that.
Yeah, if you want that type of stuff, you just go to fucking Tesco's and buy the beer out there or Lidl's.
Look, I am 100% not a beer snob. I would quite happily sit and have a can of lager, like a Tennant's or a Carling. I really don't care. Like, it might be shitty, but it's reliable.
Yeah, wonder what the American version of a good old bog standard beer is. Well, I suppose it's
Budweiser,
Miller, Budweiser,
Budweiser,
Miller, yeah,
or
Ice,
although it's become quite a hipster beer, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, hipster. What?
Yes, it's like used to be the blue collar beer, but it's become a bit of a hipster lager.
Hmm.
So
It's all the blue collaring. Um, yes, and I remember Red Stripe.
oh, the Jamaican lager.
Yeah, the really cheap Jamaican lager that if you
Yep.
ordered a beer in the local rock
In a
club,
nightclub.
that's what they gave you. It's like
Yep.
red stripe, and then they charge you an arm and a leg for it.
Yep.
It's like 50p
When
a
I was in
can.
the States, I was in a bar uh, at the waterside in North Carolina called the Rusty Rudder, and I was
Nice.
buying $2 pints of PBR.
$2 pints.
$2 pints of PBR. It was amazing.
When was when were you last in America buying that?
Oh, drinking that? It was a while ago, but not that long. Like 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
Yeah. And I was
Jesus.
last in the States like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Nope. I've only been to the States once. No, twice, technically. I did sleep over in Seattle before moving on to Vancouver. And we came
Oh,
in
okay.
came in a flight it lying in Chicago, and we had to go from Chicago to uh, Seattle, and then we stayed over in Seattle and got driven up to
Jeez.
Vancouver because that was the way my aunt said to go the first time we went
Right.
out. That was 93.
Shit. I
Uh,
mean,
93?
I was in
Yeah.
I was in Canada in '94.
Yeah. Well, we're
Uh, in Oakland.
Oakland. Where's that?
It's Milton, and Oakland. It's near Toronto.
Yeah, I think I eventually went that way in early 2000s. Was
Yeah. Did you get on the GO train?
the GO train? No.
Yep, the GO train. That's the mode of transportation. I got on the GO train and went to watch a game at the Sky Dome. Went to watch the Blue Jays.
Oh, nice. I went to the tour and wore a hat that I bought from Marks and Spencer's, a cap.
Nice.
It said BH on it for Blue Harbor, because that was their brand. Um, and all the guy did while I was there was stare at my cap because he was like, "Who the fuck's that team?" he's, he constantly staring at my hat.
It's like, what country do they have a team called the Blue Hats? The fuck is this?
What the fuck's BH?
Amazing.
It was blue
Amazing.
as well. In fact, I still got that cap.
Shit. I bought I forgot to. I am a person who does not have that much hair left, and when I got married, I had more hair, but not quite that much hair. And went on holiday without a hat on my honeymoon, which was not a good idea.
Ooh.
So the first thing I did was buy a cheap hat from some sort of in quotations reputable seller on the street in Florence.
Reptile
And I think
seller.
I still have that hat. It's what I use in the garden.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And anyway, we should maybe move along to the point
Shit, why are we here? That's right. Fuck, we're here to talk about anime.
we're talking about,
Uh,
and not any anime. Cowboy
no.
Bebop.
Yep.
Um,
We are talking about episodes 11 and 12 today. Starting out with episode 11, Toys in the Attic, Heavy Rock of the Dark Knight.
Toys in the Attic, Heavy Rock of the Dark Knight. All right.
Yep.
I've,
And
I've,
then in Japanese, it's Yamiyo no Heavy Roku.
but no Toys in the Attic.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm sure it's called Toys in the Attic when it came up on the thing.
Oh, it is. I don't know why it's in brackets. It probably is just like putting the Japanese name in brackets next to it.
All right. Heavy Rock. Okay. Weird. Um, yeah. So this episode starts off with basically Jet giving us a lesson.
Oh yeah.
No, he's writing the basically kind of like just describing that there's downtime. There's not always a bounty to hunt.
Yeah. And the desperation for money sometimes can lead you to different places.
Yeah. Uh, and it kind of shows everyone doing nothing. Uh, and then I think
Well, quote unquote nothing. It shows you Ed asleep on a pipe. It shows you Ein kind of just roaming about.
Mhm.
It shows you Spike flamethrowing a kebab.
Yeah, I always think that he was. I thought he was cleaning the ship when I first saw that.
I also thought that, and then was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then it kind of panned out a bit. I was like, "Why is Spike doing that? What's happening?"
Yeah, and then and then later on, you see him got like a kebab that's been cleaned, char grilled too much. Um, yeah,
Of course, we have Faye and Jet are deep into a game of, I guess, odds or evens.
yeah, it's dice of some sort,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and oh, Faye, who's the dealer or
Yes, of course.
the person in Jet is like, oh, shakes a cup, sticks the dice in the cup, slams it down and goes, oh, and Jet goes, even.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
wait,
That's
odds, and
right.
he's pretty much down to his underpants because he doesn't have any money.
Yeah, you can see that Faye is sitting around a pile of guns and technology and some of Jet's clothes.
Yeah. uh, so he lands on basically a bit of odds, and Faye goes odd, eh? And then see her kick up a bracelet around her ankle, and then
Yeah.
lifts up the dice and goes, oh, snake eyes. That's even.
Fuck you, Jet.
Yeah. And then she moans, there's like, you know, I'm not a pawn shop, you know. I would like some proper cash.
And then, of course, Jet saying, "It's like, no, man always keeps his promises," and just like takes his underwear off,
Yep,
you know, because
that's it.
to which Spike, says the in a beautifully comic timing, "Yeah, I told you not to play games with her."
Yeah, yep. Oh well, I told you, type thing. Well, munching on his kebab.
Yeah. Yes, that he nearly breaks his teeth on.
Yeah, because it's well char grilled. As intersplices like wee scenes of red tube, and I thought it was like internal organs. So like a
I
colonoscopy
I
scope.
I thought that too. It was like, oh, this is weird. Is this inside someone's body? It doesn't
Yeah,
feel great. And then eventually Ein sort of takes notice of this.
yeah, it starts barking on it. And then Jet walks away naked and finds a blanket
Finds a blanket.
in a cupboard, and then finds a refrigerator he didn't realize was there,
Yeah.
and then our fridge from maybe from good old UK land, a fridge.
Did not call it a refrigerator. I did not call it a fridge in the US.
Oh, surely say refrigerator. I don't know. Going by movies
I
and
just
stuff.
remember. Yeah, that's a good point. I do think I listened to an American comedian talk about he's not really on his close name a term with any of his other appliances.
What this part
'Cause,
from his
like,
fridge?
well, it's like refrigerator, but we call him fridge
That's
because it's short.
probably it. It's certainly
And
the
then, yeah,
yeah. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. Certainly, it's always just been called the fridge here.
yeah, I don't really call it a refrigerator.
No, never been called a refrigerator in my household. Anyway, yeah. So he's about to look in the thing, the fridge, and
Yep.
something comes and bites him, and then he goes red alert or something.
Yeah, he signals to uh, Faye. He puts a signal out that Faye and Spike find him.
Hmm.
It's like something bit me, and then Ein chases a rat away, and they're like, "Oh, fuck's sake,
Yeah.
it's just a rat. Get your shit together,
Well,
Jet."
it wasn't a rat.
Yeah.
And then Spike's administrating his first aid kit to Jet.
Yeah, I we should talk about like he's yeah, he's basically a homeopathic medicine man. It's like, oh yeah, just like rub this mixture of like dog shit and honey on your open wounds, and use these leeches, and everything will be fine.
Hey, don't diss the leeches, man. Leeches were used in medical practices in the West too.
I am not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying they used to be for everything, and they are not for everything.
Drain your blood. Just stick it on the open wound.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, you used to. It was what the four humors: black bile, yellow bile, blood, and whatever the fuck the other one was.
green bile.
I don't know. I'm sure it's the four humors.
You're probably right.
They had to be in balance.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Oh, phlegm. There you go.
Phlegm. Wait, leeches for phlegm.
Blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile are the four humors, and they had to be in balance. So when you were unwell, a typical thing that some bullshit charlatan would say is that, your humors are out of balance.
Oh, they are. You have.
You got ghosts in your blood. You should do cocaine about it.
Uh, I mean, there isn't medicine in small quantities.
Have some of this medical cocaine.
Yeah, medical kid. Medical marijuana.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure they have like medical crystal meth and stuff like that though.
Oh, I was actually hearing that that sort of the German soldiers were on in World War Two.
Yes, they were given Panzer Chocolat, I think is what it was called, and it was methamphetamines mixed in with chocolate.
Mhm.
Uh, that was not because it was for the betterment of the individual. That was because it made them awake and want to do things.
Yeah, I didn't say law. It's just that they kind of ransacked France and then petered out after 4 days of being awake, I believe.
Yes, I've been awake for 4 days and everything around me's dead.
Yeah,
Shit. Oh shit! I actually got that from memory as well. Panzer Chocolat. I don't know why I know that.
maybe it's your secret addiction.
Uh, it's like, it was Pervitin. This seems to be the brand.
Panzer chocolate.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah.
Um,
There's there are so many memes as well.
oh dear.
Chocolate mixed with methamphetamines, amazing, amazing.
Yeah, it was
Anyway,
yeah. Uh, so all our apart from there's an ointment, there's a lizard, and it says yes. So
yeah,
we
oh, there's two lizards. Oh
no,
wait, no, there's a lizard and a scorpion.
scorpion, but it's the lizard is like,
Yeah,
yeah, we just kind of like boil that until it turns into green gloop. It's like,
yeah,
what? Oh, is there anything
and
no
he's like,
more
no,
normal?
yeah, I don't want to do that. And he's like, well, I'll try the scorpion. He's like, ugh, give me the other one.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, what the fuck?
Sort of a, sort of a Simpsons. What do you have to drink? Mountain Dew or crab juice? Ugh, I'll take the crab juice.
Yeah. Anyway, he tries to drink the green stuff and then collapses.
Yeah. To which they do not give him much sympathy. They're like, oh, come on. They're basically like kicking him, like, come on, get up.
Yeah. And then he notices a big purple spot in the back where you say he got bit.
Yeah. It's like a huge welt.
Yeah. And he's unconscious. And then
Yes.
Spike does some digging on the stuff and goes, oh, uh, it's some crazy poison thing. And then Ed comes in and goes, it's an alien creature. And they're like, yeah, that could be it. And then no, wait, no, that's stupid. Could be a mutated rat. And then Faye goes like, that's just as bad as it is.
I love the scene where they're like, Spike is like taking the genetic makeup, the protein some shape,
Mhm.
and like trying to match them.
Yeah.
And there's one like he does two of them. He goes like no, and then another one he's like no, and then the third one, which is like basically a mirror image of it.
Yeah.
He puts over and he goes, that one's even worse than the others. And it's like, no, that one's far closer. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I think they
That really bothered me for some reason.
it's just uh, Spike being a medical master. Anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
he mentions like diseases that are common in our time, like uh, cholera, and Jet goes makes a face like oh,
He's like,
and then he
it's like,
goes
oh, no, it's not that.
and then he like whew, Ebola. It's like Jesus,
He's like, Ebola.
Ebola, yeah.
It is quite good. Nice little comedy moment.
Mm,
Of course, it's none of those.
yeah.
Um, and at this point, Faye has sort of stormed off, thinking the idea of a mutated rat is ridiculous, and has gone for a bath.
Hmm. And then it's her lesson, but I can't remember what her lesson was.
Uh, I also noticed that they changed like some of the letters in lesson were different colors sometimes.
Oh yeah,
I
but
don't know
it was
why.
red, white, and blue, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like sometimes the red ones were different letters.
Oh well, make sure that you know it's the second lesson.
Yeah, something like that.
That's extra. Or maybe it was a hint to show how many people are going to die.
Well, either way, she's enjoying a bath, and then we go back to sort of colonoscopy vision, and it's sort of something drips from the ceiling fan.
Yeah. Um. Before that, so oh no, just after that, Ed and Spike are getting heat vision goggles on.
Yep.
And then Ed runs away and Spike says, "Don't run, don't move. I want to see mine work." And she's already
He's
down the
like,
corridor. In the corner.
yeah. He's like, are these broken? I don't I don't understand.
Yeah, well, that's because I think he sees like something.
Yeah.
And then,
But of course, Faye then reappears
yeah,
uh, in a dressing gown, talking about how she's too young to die. She has so much life left in her,
yeah,
and Spike is like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Uh, she just kind of like collapses to the ground, and we see that she has the same kind of purple welt on the back of her leg.
hmm. Oh, should totally forgot to mention way at the start when Jet wanders off in the disgrace of losing things. Spike and Faye have a wee conversation about how they have scammed Jet
Oh yeah,
because
yeah,
Spike was
that's
in
right.
on it. It seemed Spike was in on
Because he's like he should know better.
it.
What? That's very cruel.
Yeah, especially when you got with this thing and he nudges the thing and it splits the dice over.
Flips the dice. Ugh,
Yeah,
cheating bastards.
yeah. Um, yep. And I think that's when you had Faye's left. Anyway, yeah. So she collapses on the ground, and he's like, "Oh no, shit! Better find Ed."
Yep.
And he goes hunting for Ed, and then he uncovers. He sees the thing, the alien.
He does. I'm trying to remember when Ed gets bitten.
It doesn't.
No, you're right. Sorry, Ein. When Ein gets bitten.
Oh, he's searching for Ed. and it gets into he Aang gets up into the vent somewhere, and
Yeah.
Aang gets bitten. So Aang was with Ed. Ed started to swing on like the centrifugal thing that spins in
Yeah.
this one,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
then Aang runs away. At that point, Aang, come back!
That's right. And it's the it's spinning so that it creates anti-gravity.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, so that it creates a gravity. Sorry.
that's
Anti-gravity. Jeez.
that's what it's meant to be doing. Not like it works slightly, but that's what it's meant to be doing.
Well, it's too small.
Possible, something like that. Anyway,
No, that would work.
would it?
Yeah. Rotation would generate a gravitational force.
I suppose it's just too
Because
small.
if you think about like I'm pretty sure in even in Mystery Science Theater the movie they did that a little bit too. I think.
Yeah, but I thought that was just because of Arthur C. Clarke's kind of involvement with the whole 2001 Space Odyssey. We did it in that, but
I know. I need to look this up now.
I'm sure it's been debunked as that wouldn't work.
Keep talking.
Um,
I'll look it up.
yeah. So Aang runs away. Spike's somewhere, and he hears Aang go as it falls over. Um, falls over, unconscious, and then Spike goes to investigate, and that's where he sees the creature. He picks up Aang and then scampers out the vent, just like in Alien, only without Aang. You don't get that in Alien. And the thing runs at him, and then he gets shit scared, and he's like, "Fuck this! I'm going to end it," and picks up all the weapons that you can muster to fight off the alien.
Yep.
And yeah, it's like he picks up a pistol, some tear gas canisters, flamethrower, everything,
Handgun.
and yeah, and then goes and corners it into a section of the ship. Doesn't use the flamethrower on it, not until later, but he uses the tear gas canisters, and then realizes that he dropped
Yep.
his match because he comes out and closes the airlock and drops his match. Match is in there when he threw the canisters, I think, and then he tries to light a cigarette with the
Yep.
flamethrower, which
Yep.
pretty much disintegrates the cigarette. Um, so he jumps back in to get his matches, I think, and then he runs back out as the thing chases him, and then he starts shooting at it, and then
He does a cool flip. He runs and flips over the top of it and goes upside down and fires and hits it with his handgun,
Hmm.
which is pretty cool.
And then at this point he claims, "Wait, that that smells familiar."
I yeah
And then
yeah. Just to quickly interject though, uh, technically, rotation produces the same effect as gravity because it produces a force called the centrifugal force, just like gravity produces a force. In a rotating space station, people will be stuck in quotations to the outside too, but with a force equal to that of gravity, so they will be able to walk around the edges.
all right, okay, maybe it is a thing.
So, but I think it needs to have a certain speed, and it needs to be of a certain size. I think as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's been like the waltzers and getting spun around really crazily,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
or on one of those roundabouts, the spinning roundabout things.
Oh god.
Oh, they're great. Not I used to love them when I was a kid, but now it just makes you sick.
I never liked them,
Oh
so don't miss them when I'm nauseated by them now or before.
well, poor you. They're the best thing in the play part.
Yeah. So yeah, he shoots the thing, and then flamethrowers the shit out of it.
Yeah, and
That's when he gets the smell.
yeah, I was like, that smells like the food I've been eating.
It's a what is it? Thingy crab or lobster? Ganymedian. Fucking.
Rock lobster. I think. Oh yeah, wait. I remember what's in that fridge now. It's a Ganymedian rock monster, and I had put it in this fridge so no one else would have it. I would have it, but it's been
It
there.
is a Ganymede rock lobster.
Mhm. And he had it in the fridge for a year.
Yep. He's like, oh fuck, I forgot. Like I didn't remember when Jet said about that fridge, and now I remember what Jet said about that fridge. So I better go back and check that fridge.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh,
And
he was about to say something." Then he says, "Nah, I can't remember." When Jet asked, um,
don't you remember?
yeah, and then so yeah, he opens he goes back and checks the fridge, and it's just crazily overgrown mold in the fridge. I really,
It's like Fraggle Rock in there.
it's worse than Fraggle Rock. Do 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 do. Anyway,
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Kids,
yes.
ask your parents.
What?
Good. Nobody listening to this knows what Fraggle Rock is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, nobody over the over the age or under the age of
30.
30 knows what Fraggle Rock is.
I thought it came back for a bit.
It did, but not in a way that those people would know.
Yeah, okay. Except from if you listen to the Radio 2 a few years back, where the breakfast radio person that was covering for someone played Fraggle Rock every day to the point where he got complaints. And he was like, "Oh, fuck you. I don't fucking
And then
care."
was promptly fired for swearing on the radio.
Well, it wasn't like that. Like he literally wouldn't be the first time the guy got fired. He was that Blue Peter presenter who got done for
Oh, Richard Bacon.
Richard Bacon. Yeah, that was it.
Richard Bacon's great.
Yeah, well, he's literally was doing that, and like people, he stopped playing Fraggle Rock tune. Jesus, and it's
That's
like,
amazing.
well, what's wrong with that? I mean, it's only like I only play it like once every day for the last 5 days.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Amazing.
because of the complaint, he intentionally highlighted this and then intentionally said, "Well, you know what," and continued playing it. Just that guy. I remember that.
Brilliant.
That was good.
So
A few
we
years
find the Fraggle Rock fridge, and
Mhm.
it's gross.
Mhm.
And Jet's like, Spike's like, oh shit, I gotta get rid of this.
Yeah.
And he kills the artificial gravity, and we see Ed, who's asleep, floating around. Ein, Jet, and Faye are now all unconscious and floating around. And Spike is pushing the. He actually, it's kind of cool. They hang on. He holds on to like the kind of fast rail thing that drags him from one side of the hallway to the other. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Don't think you see Ed at that point because he
Do you know?
goes looking for Ed after Aang gets bitten again, and he goes, and then he finds like the heat sensor gizmo. He goes, "Oh shit,
I may be
must
thinking
have got him
after.
too," type thing.
Yeah.
And then,
Well,
then
anyway,
yeah,
Fridge is being pushed towards getting ejected from the ship.
it was.
But of course, we cut back to the scene where we thought we had fried that Ganymede rock lobster and it is now gone, and begins its attack on poor Spike while he's trying to kick this fridge out the airlock.
Yep.
And it
He's
bites him
yeah.
on the arm.
Yep. Just as he gets the fridge out there a lot.
Yeah. And then, it scarpers away.
As it does, it bites. It's done that with everyone so far.
Yeah. Bites him and fucks off.
And then
And then,
get that
oh God.
scenic moment where everyone's floating around, and then the fridge half open is spraying out like debris out of it in a rainbow fashion
Yeah.
thing. He's also put the ship in autopilot to Mars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
I think I think it's the 2001 type music as well they use.
Dun 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 dun
Maybe not.
dun. I don't know. That's just what I think of in my head.
No, I don't think of
It's the dance of the sugar plum fairy, you know?
that. Maybe it may as well have been, and everyone's kind of
It's Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
Oh, right, right. He knows his music. I have no idea.
I was a bit of a classical music kid, so
All right, really?
yeah, I wrote a report on Tchaikovsky when I was 8 years old.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I
Uh,
don't know why. I did though.
yeah. So we're coming to the end of the episode, and then you find Ed starts to sleep because he's kind of like, hungry. Wakes up and kind of like instantaneously picks up the black blob and then shoves it in his mouth and
Because he
chews it.
smells it. She smells it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's that Ganymede rock lobster smell, and just fucking eats the problem.
Yep, straight away, and it's gone. And she's like, I'm not hungry type thing because she's still half asleep. And then that's the end
I,
of the episode. Oh,
uh,
Spike's lesson was to make sure you eat the things that you have,
yes, valuable lesson.
especially if for some reason after a year it goes all moldy and shit.
Yeah. Okay. How do you rate this one?
Yeah, it was good to a degree. Has suspense in it, has humor,
Okay.
has things happening in it.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm going to say I don't think there's really terrible ones, but this is obviously a filler episode. As such, I don't think it ever comes up again in any form. Um, 6 to 7. Let's go for a six for it's probably my lowest rated episode.
Yeah. I agree. It is a 6. Despite the thing and alien references, I got really annoyed by the end of this episode.
Really annoyed.
Oh, it's such a fucking Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, it's like, oh look, I'll just eat that.
Yep. In my sleep.
Yeah,
I'll fix the problem while not awake.
that's the gloriness of Ed.
I mean, sure, but oh man, I don't know why that really bothered me. Okay. I didn't realize that. Well, no, I did. I did realize this was going to happen. But essentially, we are going to hit the first part of a two-parter now. With the episode Jupiter Jazz Part 1, or Jupiter Jazoo
Jazz,
Zenpen.
Kazoo.
Jupiter Jazoo. Jazoo.
Well, actually,
That's what
the
cows sound like in Europe, according to Family Guy.
Kazoo.
Jazoo
Okay. The
is a it's good.
was I was going to say that somehow the Japanese sounds more like talking about jizz than ours. Then I realized that jazz just is one letter away from being jizz.
I always remember in The Simpsons when Bart got really into jazz without realizing he was getting into jazz, and finally realizes what's happening. He's like, "Oh, Lisa, teach me about the wonderful world of jazz." And she gets really pissed off with him because she's like, "Oh, you don't even know the name of the thing you're stealing from me."
Yeah, but doesn't she? Isn't that generally how it always works between siblings?
Yeah, yeah.
This is mine. No, it's mine now. Jisms. Jisms?
Oh, what's happened? This has gone horribly off the rails. Jupiter Jazz Part 1. So the episode starts out with uh, uh Thingy having a nightmare. Spike having a nightmare.
So, it's a nightmare.
I'm sure it does. Well, he's like, is he not like I don't know, he's having like a bad dream or something like that, and wakes up because it's really humid.
Uh,
Oh no, wait,
no.
sorry,
It starts with
no,
the
no.
Indian.
We start with We start with Vicious, right?
No, no. I think we start with like bunch his Native American friend, the shaman,
Oh god, that's right.
talking to his son.
That's right.
So
His son.
there's a shooting star. Oh, that's not a shooting star. That's a tear of a fallen warrior who's disgraced and can't get back up to the what we call it sky. Um,
That's right. I forgot about that.
and then
And that's Vicious.
then it goes. It turns out to be vicious, yeah, or at least it goes to
Yep.
vicious,
Yep. Yep.
who's talking to the High Council of the Syndicate.
Yes. Because he wants Red Eye.
Yeah, or they want Red Eye.
Somebody wants Red Eye.
They're off to buy Red Eye.
Yeah. They're off to buy some Red Eye. Which, for those of you who've been listening, is the drug from the first episode.
Yes. Um, with that guy, I think who stole it from the Syndicate, maybe.
Yes. I think you're right.
Anyway, yeah. So he gets told to take this guy called Lee, I think.
Yes. This is the guy who will die for Vicious.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah, it seems like super into Vicious as a concept.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
he's down for whatever will happen.
yeah, and then he's leaving the big ship that the Syndicate's on.
Yep.
And they fly away to where they went to some frozen planet,
Oh, Callisto.
Callisto, moon of Jupiter.
Yes. Yes, and it's fucking cold.
It is fucking cold. Yeah, and then you go back to the Bebop,
Yep.
and Chet was like,
This is where Spike wakes up from the
I-
like he just wakes up. It's almost, you know what? I think it feels like he dreamed what's just happened, even though it actually did happen. And he sort of wakes up with a start going like, and he just looks terrible. And you've got Ed fucking doodling about on the with the what VR goggles or whatever. And Spike's like, God, it's so humid in here. I can't even sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to talk to Jet, find out what the problem is, and Jet's like, "Well, Faye's gone.
Yeah.
She took all of her coolant, so it's gonna be about half a day before I get that back up." And Spike's like, "Oh, this is great news.
Yeah, we got
She's
rid of her.
gone, and once this is back, we'll just be able to go back to normal." She also took all of our money. Ugh.
Yeah. So then they get Ed to try and track down Faye,
Yep,
who uncovers a thing, Julia or something.
Julia. There's a code word or something like that, and the code word for the handover is Julia or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, and of course, Spike goes like, "What the fuck is the name?" And then he's like, "Well, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and find out what the hell is going down on Callisto." Um, and Jet's like, "Well, don't bother coming back. If you're not gonna help me find Faye, then you can just fuck off."
Pretty much. Yeah.
Spike doesn't seem that worried about it.
Yeah. He was like, whatever, man. That type thing. It's like they had a big argument. It was like a big tiff.
Yeah.
Of this thing. Jet goes, oh, what about 3 years? The last 3 years, man. Have I just been like a flatmate
Yep.
to you, a roommate?
Yep.
Because
He's like, "Yeah, pretty much."
yeah, Spike also mentions, oh, you got like your other two roommates to keep you company. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah,
But it kind of culminates in him saying, he's like, 3 years, and I feel like I don't know you at all.
yeah,
And Spike's like, "Well, me neither."
yeah. And he
So
blasts off.
sure. Yep. Heads on down to Callisto.
Yep.
Then we see the surface of Callisto. It's really, really fucking snowy and icy.
Mm-hmm.
People are dressed like they're in Lost Planet.
Yep.
It looks pretty awesome.
And yeah. And then to cut to Faye, I think, who's in a bar.
Yep. Faye's in a bar having a drink, listening to some saxophone.
Yep. Then cuts back to Spike, who is talking to a guy in the scrapyard for some reason about stuff.
Yeah.
And he's
This he's like trying to get more information
on Julia.
on that signal. Yeah, on that signal that was intercepted in Julia and the code name, and I think he ends up getting a sort of accosted in an alleyway by a group of people being like, "Hey, fuck you, Vicious," and he's like, "What?"
Don't fucking call me that. Gets really
Yeah,
upset.
he really does. He says, "I'll show you, Vicious," and then proceeds to beat the living shit out of them.
Oh, yeah. Is don't don't ever call you vicious type thing, or it's like the one time you actually see Spike pissed off.
Oh yeah, he's like properly enraged.
He was like Hulk standing there enraged. He he dents a pipe, a frozen pipe.
Yeah, at the mention of the name,
Yeah.
he literally punches a dent in a pipe.
And then the guy goes,
It's pretty good.
we thought it was thought you were vicious because you're looking for Grim and Julia and stuff like that, and there's Red Eye going down." I said,
Yep.
"What? It sounds like
And
some
we want it.
yeah, and it sounds like some tart kind
Oh
of
yeah.
code word."
After he's literally just about murdered everyone in the group, he's finally questioning that guy after smashing his face through a pallet as well, holding him in a headlock. He's like, "Yeah, it sounds like some sort of like cheap tart or whatever because her name's Julia." And yeah, he like bashes him in the face.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
really upset.
Yep, as you would.
Then it cuts back to Faye, who's talking to the saxophonist. Uh,
Yes.
who's saying like, "Hey, oh, I was Kenneth got to mention that Spike also talked to some prostitute on the street because he was like, oh
Oh
no,
yeah,
I'm not Julia, I'm Julius.
that's right.
You want some good
And he's like,
times?
oh, it's yeah, and he's like, no, you're not really my type. And he's like, oh, well, you're mine.
Yeah, yeah. And then the
Quite
other
quite a good
prostitutes
little
went.
exchange.
Yeah, other prostitutes came and they're like, nah, don't worry, he's not really one. And they all got like 5 o'clock shadow
Good
on their.
5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a good point because after that whole beatdown that Spike hands out, we sort of go back to Faye in that other bar with the saxophonist, and it's he finishes his set and then kind of comes over to talk to her
Mhm.
and sort of mentions what is it? You know, you should be careful because there's no women here.
Yeah.
You're the only woman on this entire planet. It turns out on this entire moon
Yeah.
satellite.
Yeah. That's it. You're the only one. So you gotta be careful around here. And all the guys are just looking at her.
Yeah.
What the draw is drawed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she leaves. Like, oh, that's cool. And then she gets accosted by the guy that Spike just beat up with all the henchmen who are limping.
That's right.
And then she just like puts on some gloves and goes like, I don't want to chip a nail, and beats them up.
But not before Mr. Saxophone comes in and gives one of them a good smack to the face with his cased saxophone.
Yeah. Takes Faye back to his apartment.
Yep.
Mm,
Saving the day. I
yeah.
mean, pretty sure she had it, but you know.
Yeah. She was kind of, What's happening here?
Yeah, there's kind of a weirdness because like she kind of like feels that he's trying to hit on her a little bit, but he's actually not interested.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry, I'm not interested in you.
Yeah, there's like this weird tension that mounts for some reason.
Mm.
So of course, yeah, she's back in his apartment and is getting drunk. I think basically.
Uh, yeah, well, she was kind of getting drunk in the bar. She was drowning her sorrows.
That's true. Yeah,
She ran
she is
away.
because she
Yeah.
screwed them over.
She mentions she's ran away because she's basically doesn't want to get close to people. Or at least I think she ends up explaining that to the saxophonist guy.
Yeah.
Um, it's like, oh, I can't be getting close to people because that just makes things weird.
Yes, as if they weren't already weird, but yes.
Yeah.
Continue.
Uh, and that's kind of why her mannerisms is a bit harsh and independent, I would say.
Yep. That's why she's definitely brash.
Mhm. And then so they're in there. She finds a wee musical trinket. It isn't a music box, but it's just a trinket where you just wind up and do the musical tune. And he says, "Oh no, it's broken." Type thing. It's work.
Yeah.
And I think they talk about stuff, and then he says, "I know a shower. The whole you have a shower, and there's no people
Oh,
problems here or something, or."
yeah. Do you want to shower? And she's like, nah, don't want any peeping toms. And so, well, there wouldn't be any, but anyway, I'm gonna go and have a shower, and there shouldn't be any peeping toms, right? She's like, well, I can't make any promises.
Very much. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then,
and while of course, while he's in the shower, it's a phone call. The phone rings.
yeah, and there's voicemail left, and it's vicious on the other end.
Yeah.
So
And of course, she recognizes him from the shootout at the
the church
church.
in Mars, yeah, that's vicious. What the hell? Type thing.
Yeah. So she storms the bathroom with a handgun.
Yeah.
And does it cut away at this point, or does
Uh,
it continue on this line? I'm trying to remember
it,
because we don't see Ed or Jet for the rest of the episode, pretty much.
you do see Jet. Jet comes in to a bar where he gets
Oh,
mistaken for a
yes.
criminal.
That's that. Yeah, you're right. He's like, well, you won't find any cowboys in here. Is that where we cut to now?
No, I think we missed the point where it cuts to the point. I think that's halfway
Yeah,
before
yeah.
that. But yeah, so Jet's in a
So yeah,
bar,
Jet goes to the bar. Yeah.
and bartender asks what do you want? He says a cowboy. He says you won't find any cowboys here. I know, I mean it's Lyman something.
Yeah, it's a drink. Get me a drink.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
yeah, like the bounty hunter program on TV talking about Grim, and the last in that was like, oh wow, yeah, it's double bonus points if you bring this guy in, and the other one's like
and
looking
yeah,
at the guy and goes, you know what, I thought you don't need to type thing, wouldn't mind having him type,
yeah.
getting all flustered on the picture.
Gets a, and then Jet, of course, is like, "Oh, money," and instinctively reaches to his communicator to talk to Faye, and then goes like, "Oh, no, never mind."
Yeah, basically. And then asks the bartender to turn it off, and he goes, "Oh yeah, sure, mate, that's fine. That guy over there is like a cop, and
Yeah,
I got a bounty too. It's all good. You can lay low in this bar."
yeah. You're safe here, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
It's like, wait, what? No, I'm not that type
Yeah.
guy.
So yeah, that's the kind of last we see of Jet, and then yeah, I guess it just continues that scene then, where of course we've got Faye who then rips the shower curtain back, pointing the gun at Mr. Saxophone.
Mhm.
Uh, and then it turns out that Mr. Saxophone is not just Mr. Saxophone. Mr. Saxophone is also Mrs. Saxophone potentially.
Yeah, she went, wait, you're a girl? What part of you is a girl? Because she always looks downstairs and you don't see it.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, no, it's I was captured and put in jail, and he gets this long life story, I think. Or maybe that's the next episode. Now, not really spoiling it.
I think it's yeah. I think you're going too far. Going too far.
I'm going too far.
Wind it back. I think what we get from this one is when she says you're a girl, and he says what is it? Yes, but also no. I think it's sort of the response.
Pretty much, yeah. And uh, oh, then Spike goes. Does Spike intervenes with?
Spike
Yeah,
Spike
yeah,
finally hunts down Lee and Vicious on some sort of rooftop.
yeah. He goes, Vicious. You're not. What you do with Julia? You're not seeing her behind my back, are you? Type thing. And he's like, oh, hey, Spike. And then he's like,
Yeah, he does not care. He does not care. He's like, oh yeah, I was wondering when you get here.
yeah, pretty much. And then he's like, "Oh, let's end what we should have ended this like the last time we met," type thing.
Yeah, and then Lee sort of just very in quotes stupidly and bravely stands in front of Vicious to stop Spike from shooting.
Yeah,
He's like, move, move, Lee, Lee, move,
yeah,
move, Lee, and that just kind of continues for a little bit, and then bang.
yeah. Lisa Spike,
Yep,
and he's lying on
and
the ground.
Lee and Vicious walk off, and the episode ends on a camera pan of Spike lying on the ground
Yep,
after being shot.
arms splayed to the side.
Yep, yep, lying on the ground in his own footsteps.
Yeah, and that was that episode, or the first part of that
That
episode.
is part one, and that is the last episode for this today.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to
Um,
leave you in suspense. Is
yeah,
Spike dead? Will the gang get back
I mean,
together? Will Ed find out that she's getting a souvenir or not?
Find out. Same bat time, same bat channel. Is that the
May as well be.
on the next episode of Scooby Doo? Um, So yeah, you've been listening to Who's That Anime, an anime podcast. We can be listened to and found where all good podcasts can be found. We're at anchor.fm/ Who's That Anime. You can find us on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Spotify. We are in all of those places. If you'd like to leave us a review, that'd be super cool. Doesn't need to be 5 stars. Totally accept constructive criticism. And since we don't really have any way of getting other people to listen to this other than to just tell people about it, if you like what we do, maybe you could tell a friend, get them to listen into. We have a Facebook page where we talk about, well, anime memes and other bits and pieces, but mostly just to highlight when new episodes go live. That can be found at facebook.com/Who's That Anime. We have a YouTube channel where we are slowly but surely, emphasis on the slowly, putting up video episodes of these podcasts as and when we get time. That can be found by looking for Who's That Anime, the YouTube channel. Colin likes to play video games on Twitch sometimes.
I do.
At the moment, things are a little sparse, but
Very sparse.
we'll get there. You can find that at twitch.tv/couchfuel, and an archive of all of those at the YouTube channel Couchfuel too. Sometimes I play games on twitch.tv/HalePayman, and again, you can find the archive of that at YouTube with the channel Hail Payman. And I think that's us.
Yeah, I think so. That's pretty much it.
You've done it again. You've wasted another perfectly good hour listening to Who's That Anime.
No, man. You've enriched your lives by listening to us. Who's That Anime? And
Do you never listen to Car Talk?
no. I don't really listen to podcasts.
God. Car Talk. Okay. So Car Talk was a radio show in the US by two brothers who were mechanics in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And they started a radio show where they would try and help people diagnose the problems with their cars on the radio.
Okay.
And that was their thing. Was at the end of the episode, at the end of their show, they would say, "Well, you've done it again. You've wasted another perfectly good hour listening to Car Talk."
Yeah. Oh well, it's how you look at it.
I like Car Talk. That's how I look at it.
That's fair enough.
I have wasted my time, but I've wasted it valuably. Task failed successfully.
No, tasks are successful. You listen to something that you wanted to listen to. If,
Yeah.
for example, you listen to Breakcore for an entire hour, you might
What?
Breakcore.
Breakcore? Like EA or AKE?
EA.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
I shared it with you like a few weeks back.
Oh no, yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah. But if you listen to that for an hour, that's more wasted your life and sanity. Gets heavy.
Yeah. That's fair. Next week. Oh wait. We're not finished yet.
We're not finished?
We didn't rate the episode.
Oh, we're doing that. I thought you might have just going to rate the whole thing.
No, we should rate the episode. Shit.
You jumped too,
Mind.
too far ahead.
Jump the gun.
Alright.
I'm almost talking about next week, even though I don't know what to talk about yet.
Yeah. Okay. Right. You can slice this in after the clap.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna edit this.
Well, there you go.
We're professionals, Colin. We live and die by the sword. We make our mistakes and we live with them.
Yeah, but it's all pre-recorded, so you can hit the end.
I know, but it's a lot of effort.
Bit of effort. It's not that much. Anyway.
You have to edit the audio. You have to sync it all up. You have to compress it back down. You have to upload it. You have to write the show notes. You have to find an image. You have to crop it and edit it. And you have to put in all the metadata.
That's not that much. Anyway, rating the episode.
Yep, go for it.
So this one, essentially, uh, after all that, is basically gives you a bit more character building for Faye, and
Mm-hmm.
a bit more development between Spike and Vicious. Uh, uh, it's going a bit somber, and it's going a bit, oh, what's going to happen here type thing. Is this then the gang and they're going all going to go their separate ways and then meet back up after like episode 26 or something? I don't know. Because that's something that could have happened.
Yeah.
It happens in the other shows. They split up
Well,
halfway through the show.
animes take hard swings all the time.
Hmm? What?
Animes take hard swings all the time.
It does. It's like, wait, what? But it's only halfway through the season. What's going to happen?
Gurren Lagann, for example.
Colonel? Oh yeah, well there's a wee time travel bit in like 20 episodes
Yeah,
in.
but the reason for the time travel in the first place is because of a major character problem.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you lose him.
Yeah. Spoilers for Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's been out for like 12 years.
We should cover that at some point.
It's good. It's what's it on? I think it's on more four.
It was the first thing I watched when I lost my job.
Was it not what I recommended it to you?
It was, yeah. You recommended it to me, and I ended up watching it on some shitty website on my phone.
Yeah, it's like yeah, you should watch this, man. It's awesome. It's just ridiculous.
Watched it all in like 2 days.
Yeah, that's how good it was, and
It was fucking awesome.
how unemployed you were.
I was super unemployed and had so much time. Super unemployed and no children, so time was a premium.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty good. Uh, I don't know. I'll give it an 8 because it's got some nice moments in it, like the bit that gangster or that thug hoodlum gang leader keeps getting beaten up by everyone. That's a good moment.
Okay.
Uh,
I. Uh, I'm gonna give this one a 6.
6.
Yeah, just I don't know. Maybe it was the coming off the last episode, but I just didn't feel this week's episodes did not lift me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's something I'll be talking about at some point later in this
Oh man.
saga of Cowboy Bebop. It's not happy of shows, really.
I'm okay with not happy. I guess I'm not okay with not that interesting. And like, although some of the stuff was interesting here, it just didn't feel like it was particularly paid off particularly well.
I think it's probably because it's overextended. Like it's not an episode,
Yeah, two-parter.
so they're stretching it out and
I'm sure the second part will you know fulfill the destiny of the two-parter.
fulfill the destiny. Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like the midway point in the show. It's like, oh, we only got like 14 more episodes to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, it's getting there.
Of Cowboy Bebop, where where we want to have 7. Well, maybe 8, if we include the movie of Who's That Anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
Okay.
I know I liked it, but maybe that's because
I'm sure it'll pick up for
I
me.
got foresight.
Maybe. Maybe. Well, we'll
Nah,
see.
I
We'll
don't
see how
think
it
so.
turns out in the next episode of Who's That Anime,
Yes. Catch us next time.
where we will be talking about episodes 13 and 14.
Yes. Do 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 do.
I'm, I'm waiting for you to say the end bit.
The end bit. Oh, you mean thanks for watching Who's That Anime. We've been co-host Colin and second host Steve.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say Steve host.
Steve host. That sounds too much like Steve-O. It's not Steve-O.
Yes, agreed.
No, I went second because your first name is your first letter is S, and so's the first letter and second. There, see,
Fair enough.
linking things together in a not really linking way. Jibber 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 jabber jabber jabber. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Been for this episode. We'll catch you next time.
These We tried so hard to finish this perfectly this time, and I fucked up, and then it kind of went downhill from there.
Just a tad.
Okay, well, we got a few more shots at this to try and get the ending right.
I think we have we ever got it right?
I don't know. This is the equivalent of the plane circling the airport for landing.
Oh, just like in Die Hard 2.
Yes, let's just hope we don't smash into the ground.
Oh, unless we get radio broadcast.
Happy birthday, Captain Falcon.
Happy birthday. Anyway, seriously, we'll catch you next time.
See you in the next one, folks.
Yep. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.